Arduino is an open source electronics platform. It consists of microcontroller based development boards and provides integrated development environment in which we can write programs in C and C++. IDE supports C++, but programs may be written in other languages also. Basically, Arduino was developed by Interaction Design Institute, IVRE, Italy. A very good website of Arduino gives us the all information needed to it. And Arduino is actually cross-platform. It works on Windows, Linux, Mac, all. Because Arduino is open source for hardware and software both. So anybody can creatively extend and improve it. Arduino actually consists of many products. We are concentrating on Arduino Uno, but there are many products. And if you go to their products website, then we can see all the products, and any of them we can choose. Each is having some specialty in it. And we are concentrating on Arduino Uno, which has Atmega 328P microcontroller. It works on the frequency 16 MHz crystal. Internally, it has EEPROM of 1 KB, SRAM 2 KB, flash memory of 32 KB. Some part is used for bootloader. This is the way it looks. Now let's try to understand what its parts. This is a USB plug. So your computer will be connected through USB plug here, and it can be powered. At that time, the voltage will be 5 volts and maximum current is 400 milliamps. External power supply also can be connected here at this point. Its voltage has the range, recommended range 7 to 12 volts. Below 6 it won't work. Above 20 volts it may burn. The board has internally 5 volts IC, power supply IC. So the internal board works on 5 volts. We are having 5 volts here as a terminal, 3.3 volts here as a terminal available. It can be expanded to see it better. Now, there are multiple ground pins on it. Reset pin is here, reset switch is here. Reset button restarts the program and you can see it, your program running again and again from the start by pressing the reset button. This is the actual microcontroller IC on the board. This on written, it is an LED. When you power the board, LED glows. We can also provide the voltage at this voltage in terminal also. Here also the limit is 7 to 12 volts. Arduino has analog input pins, 6 pins, A0 to A5. Any analog voltage between 0 to 5 can be connected here. Internally, 10-bit ADC converts the analog voltage into the digital number between 0 to 1023, 1023, 2 raised to 10. This reference is normally 0 to 5, but we can change it by connecting another reference up to 5 volts at this analog reference pin. If we don't want analog inputs, then the same pins can be used for digital I/O also. And now the pins will be named as from 14 to 19 because already 0 to 13 digital pins are there. So digital input output pins, 14 pins are available. They are from 0 to 13. At pin 13, one LED is already connected. This is that written L. So at digital pins, we can read or write the digital input. The output current is recommended up to 20 milliamperes. The maximum limit is 40 milliamperes. The maximum current from 3.3 volts per pin is 50 milliamperes. And from 5 volts power pin is 400 milliampere if you are connecting through USB plug, or if external power supply is connected, then that will decide the maximum current. All the current limits should be considered while designing the circuit. The pins 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 11, they are the special pins. They give PWM output also. Pulse width modulated output is, you can say, similar to simulated output because there are no analog output pins. So this is simulated analog output, you can say. By adjusting the proportion of on-off time, the effective intensity of LED or speed of motor can be controlled. The communication is serial through RX and TX. RX pin receives, that is the same as 0th pin of digital. TX pin transmits. Corresponding to them, there are two LEDs shown here, TX and RX. So during the data transmission, these two LEDs blink. This is the crystal of 16 MHz. Now, along with the board, integrated development environment is also provided. Its all information is at this website where you can go. Arduino programs are called as sketches, and these sketches are saved on your computer, as text files with extension .in. If you open, it looks like this. This is the IDE. At this file, you can create new file or open existing file. Here, already many examples are provided. You can go to these examples, and any of these examples you can run. In those examples, the hardware explanation is given and the program is also given. If you go in the print menu at the preferences, then you can decide the places where you can keep your files, that is sketchbook locations, or any other things you can set in the preferences. Then, once you write a sketch is a program, you have to verify it whether it is correct or not, and then the program will be put on the microcontroller, that is called as upload. So these are available to these pins, Control R, Control E, or there are shortcuts here. This is for verify. This is for upload. This is for new file if you want to create. This is to open existing file, and this is for save. The tools are available which we require. To observe any serial output given, we can check on serial monitor. The variation of serial data can be checked on the plotter. We have to select the Arduino board also, whatever we connect. When we connect UNO, we have to select the UNO. And when we actually connect the board to PC, then port also has to be selected. These things we can do, and we can write the programs on it. The Arduino IDE is very much rich with language references and libraries. The language is basically on the functions. So if you go to this site, then all the functions are available here. And when you click on any of them, the detailed information is available. So these functions, all the functions are available. These functions we have to just use with their syntax. Then the libraries are provided. Libraries are for the specific applications. That is for LCD, SD card, EEPROM, stepper motor, all them. For all of them, the libraries are provided. So programming has become very much easy because the functions for all the basic connections of these are already available, and we can use them through the libraries. So whatever we connect, the corresponding library we have to. Now, just we'll use a simulator to understand the working of Arduino, and tinkercad.com is a very good simulator in which you can connect hardware and put the software and check. Now, to use Arduino pins as input or output, we have to define them as input or output. The instructions or functions are very easy. Pin mode, whatever the pin, and say input or output, whatever. If you want to send any digital data, then just write digital write. The function names are very easy to understand. And then the pin, whatever you want, make it high, make it low, whatever. High means 5 volts, low means 0 volts. Then delay is a function which gives delay. You have to put a number n here in milliseconds. So when you say delay 1000, it is a 1 second delay. Then serial communication, for that many instructions are there. Most simple instructions are here. We have to start the communication with serial begin. Here in the speed, the baud rate has to be provided. Normally it is 960. Serial println or serial print will print whatever the message, whatever is the value given serially. Then to read from digital pin, the instruction is digital read. To read analog voltage, the instruction is analog read. When you read analog voltage, it is converted into the digital number. So we must equate its value to any variable value or any name. And then from that value, we can actually calculate what could be the actual voltage using the formula. Similarly, the range 0 to 1023 can also be changed to our desired range. If we want 0 to 100 range, 0 to 255 range, then that is also possible. PWM output is again very easy. Just say analog write, because it is like a simulated analog output. The pin number and any value between 0 to 255. 0 means minimum, 255 is maximum. Now let's simulate the circuits using Tinkercad. Go to Tinkercad, create new circuit. Just wait. While the circuit is getting created, let's write a program for this. The pin 13 already has LED. So let's blink the LED. To blink the LED is connected to pin number 13. So define the pin as output because we are sending output to LED. Then make the pin high, wait for some time. Make the pin low, wait for some time. So this program is that. In Arduino IDE, always there are two functions provided. One is setup function and one is loop function. In setup function, all the instructions to be executed only once are written. And in loop function, all the instructions to be executed again and again should be written. Now, in this blink, we have to set the pin as an output only once. Once the pin becomes output, we have to make it high and low alternately with a delay of 1 second, and this part should be repeated again and again so that LED will be blinking. Now let's take this program and copy it and use it here. So code. Before code, we have to design the circuit. So Arduino is here. Let's take it here. This is the Arduino. Here we are not connecting any other circuit. So just expand this so that we can see it properly. Now code. Code can be given in the graphical mode or in the text mode. In the text mode, this code will be given as it is, what we have already written. Now, we have to just start simulation. With the simulation, this LED will blink. Look at the LED, it is blinking. Stop the simulation. Now, let's connect an external LED here. Let's connect an external LED and check whether this is also blinking or not. So, select the component, search for LED, select one LED, take the LED here. We may connect it to any pin. Let's connect this to pin number 9. So this is cathode, this is anode, and we need one resistance for current limiting. Otherwise the LED will burn. So one resistance. Select the value of resistance about say 300 ohms. Now connect the circuit. Resistance will be connected to ground. Another terminal of resistance will be connected to cathode, and anode will be connected to pin number 9. Let's change the colors for better look. Let it be yellow. So this is the connection. In the code, just change the pin. We can also give name to, you can say integer 3 equal to 9 and use the word 3 here. It is also allowed. So start simulation. Now this LED should blink. It is blinking. We can change the blinking time. If we, instead of 1000, if we make it 500, then the blinking will be at the double rate. Start simulation. This way it is blinking. Stop simulation. So this is about digital output. Now let's go to digital input. For digital input and serial communication, for serial communication we need serial begin, because when you take digital input we have to check whether it is correct or not. So we must display it on the serial monitor. So how to use serial monitor is using serial begin. So serial begin 9600 will be starting the serial communication at the baud rate of 9600, and let's print some message here. This will be done only once, so write this part only in setup and the loop function will be blank. So let's take this program, copy this program and paste it here and start simulation. When you start the simulation, this program prints my message on serial monitor. So let's open the serial monitor. This is serial monitor, what you can see, and my message is seen. Okay, next part. Now let's connect a switch at pin number 8 and check whether what is the state of the switch. So let us read the switch connected at pin 8. So switch is input, so 8 number will be as an input. Serial begin for the state of digital input pin, and then read the state of pin, so digital read, and equate it to any variable, that is state variable. Then we have to watch it, so let's keep a delay of 5 seconds minimum. You can adjust this display in this. Go to File, Preferences. Let's make the font size 20. Okay. The complete program will be seen. So this is the program to display. The pin number 8 and it is here. So let's copy this program and use here. In this program, when the switch is connected, its state will be seen. So let's connect the switch. Slide switch. This is the slide switch. Let's select the slide switch. Let's connect the slide switch at pin number 8. Now connect this to observe this. Let's take the components here so that we can check it properly and expand it. Now connect the switch. The center terminal to 8 number. Let it be orange. One terminal will be connected to plus 5 volts. So one terminal, let it connected to plus 5 volts and one of the terminal of switch connected to ground. Let's change the state of this to red. Now just forget about LED. Concentrate only on switch. When the switch position will be changed, we'll see 0 and 1 on the serial monitor. So let's clear the serial monitor. Stop simulation. Clear the serial monitor. Start simulation. So state of the digital input pin. This message is printed. Serial println, print the message. Now state is 0. Now I change the switch. State is 1. Again I change this. State is 0. In this way it goes on changing. So stop simulation. Clear the serial monitor. Now let's use this switch to control this LED. So we need pin 9 also as an output. So let's give this instruction. Pin 9 as output. And whatever is the state will be given to pin 9. So here, digital write, pin number 9 because LED is connected to that, and the state will be given. So see how the program proceeds is. Pin mode 8 input means the pin number 8 is input. Pin mode 9 output means pin number 9 is output. Serial begin 9600. This is just for watching the state on the serial monitor. Then state of digital input pin. Let it be the message to start with. Then state equal to digital read 8. So 8 numbers pin state is taken by state. Now that is displayed on the monitor, and the same state, whether it is high or low, is sent to pin number 9. If switch is 0, LED will be off. If switch is 1, LED will be on. So the switch will control LED. Start simulation. So switch. LED is glowing. Now I change this. LED is off. LED is glowing. This is happening after 5 seconds because the delay is 5 seconds. If you change the delay, let's change the delay. Instead of 5 seconds, suppose the delay is only 1 second. Start simulation. LED is off. When I change this switch LED is on and off. Stop simulation. Change the switch here and now start simulation so that it will be easily seen. Switch changed, LED is glowing. Switch 0, LED is on. LED on, LED on. This way it works. Let's stop the simulation. Now let's read the data from input. So input analog data. Analog input data will be coming from some potentiometer or thermistor or LED, LDR. So let's use some potentiometer, and its output of potentiometer is connected to A0, and A0 from analog voltage the value will be read and the value will be displayed. This displayed value is in the range of 0 to 1023. From that again voltage can be calculated as 5 volts corresponding to 1023. So the incoming value corresponding to what voltage? That voltage also can be printed. Now we want to print the value, that is a number, on one line. Then maybe some space, and on the same line the voltage will be displayed. With serial print the value is displayed but on the same line. The line does not change. When you say serial print ln, after displaying the value, whatever is the voltage, it will go on the next line. So in this way, let's get the data from a pot connected to A0 pin and then read its voltage. This is the program. For that we need to draw the hardware. So now we don't need LED. So let's delete these components. We need now, let's connect to A0 terminal. So let's move it here. So a potentiometer. So this is a potentiometer. Select the potentiometer. Let the potentiometer be here. One terminal of potentiometer to ground, one terminal to plus 5 volts, and the center terminal is to pin A0. So center terminal is connected to A0. Let its color be pink. One terminal connected to ground. Let it be green. And one terminal connected to 5 volts. Let this be red. So in this way the pot moves. During simulation this pot will move and we can see the voltage and the data. So a code is here. On the serial monitor we'll see the data. So let's clear the serial monitor. The clear button is there. Now let's start the simulation. After starting the simulation, the values will be displayed here. As the wiper is moved, the value will be changing. We can see that value in the serial monitor. So start simulation. So this is the initial value and voltage. Next value 82. This is the next value. This is the next value. This is the next value. As I'm moving the wiper, the number is getting changed. It is incrementing. The voltage is also incrementing. The number will maximum go to 1023 and corresponding to 1023, the voltage will be 5 volts. So you can increase or decrease. Now I'm decreasing the wiper. So the voltage is decreasing. The number is also decreasing. So in the same way, you can get the value and voltage. Remember that the voltage is a float, but value is integer. That care we have to take while writing the program. So let's stop the simulation. So in this way, we can read data from analog input terminal and do whatever we want. Now let's have PWM. PWM is simulated output. So let's use any of the pin. The pins available are 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. So let's connect LED to 5 number pin or motor to 6 number pin, maybe connected simultaneously, and let's check that the intensity of LED we can change or the speed of motor we can change using PWM. So PWM is pulse width modulation. The pulse width can be anything between 0 to 255. So let's serial begin so that we can see what some message that there is some continuous control using PWM. Then let's use 5 number and 6 number pins as output and connect them to LED and motor. And observe here that we want to write this. So the pins are selected as an output and we will write the data. The number can be 0 to 255. So let's use simple for loop from the C language that for n to 0 maximum is 255 and let's change n by 20. So 0, 20, 40, 60, this way up to 240 the value of n will go on changing and continuously the intensity of LED will change and speed of motor also will change. Let's keep a delay of something. So take this program. This is the program. Use the program here. Clear serial. Now we have to change the circuit. Delete this and we will be connecting now LED and motor. So we need LED. LED will connect to say number 5 and motor will have some motor. So let's change use DC motor. We'll connect DC motor. Connect the DC motor. So we'll need one resistance also for LED. Use this resistance. Its value is about maybe 300 ohms. Let's connect the circuit similar to previous. So ground is connected to LED. Resistance is connected to LED's cathode and the anode is connected to say 6 number pin. 6 number. Now DC motor, its negative terminal is connected to ground. Let's wait. It is not getting connected properly. I just delete it. Yes. From ground to negative terminal and positive terminal, let us connect to 5. Okay. So LED and DC motor both are connected. Now let's run this. Run the program. Start simulation. Continuous control. See, the intensity of LED is increasing. Speed of motor is also increasing. You can see if you can expand your display, then see the speed of motor is increasing. Intensity of LED is also increasing and at a point it stops. This will go on incrementing and at certain point it will again become 0. The LED intensity will be 0, motor speed will be 0 after reaching to maximum value. 0. Again it will go on increasing. See, the intensity of LED is low, it is increasing, again increasing, again increasing, again increasing. It will reach to the maximum intensity and then it will again become 0 after reaching about 5000. We can actually write this number also of intensity in serial monitor if we want. So that way we can send effectively analog output through Arduino 0. Stop simulation. Effectively analog output can be given through Arduino.